Bhai Kapadia, who is again a cricketer in his own right, spent most of his years in England, but makes it a point to be here on the Legends Day meeting, particularly for the 8 Merchants Legendary Day today. All of you, welcome to all of you. This evening, to commemorate his memory, when the committee met, we looked at various topics on which one could speak today. And being an opening batsman in a different era, we felt it would be fitting for somebody who's also a distinguished opening batsman himself to be the main speaker. Also what we felt was that opening batting during late Vijayabhai's times and opening batting today with the change in format of the game, obviously I think the whole connotation of opening batting has changed. And we felt that maybe that is the kind of subject that we should have, opening batting as it was then, what was expected of an opening batsman by the team, and what is the opening batsman's expectation today in the modern format of the game, whether it be one day, whether you call it. They are all limited overs, whether 50 overs or 20 overs. And we felt that we couldn't think of anybody else better to be a speaker than our dear friend Murray. He needs no introduction with his distinguished career, which sadly was brought to an early end. But that apart, Murray played 31 test matches, has a very respectable average, and apart from that, a most distinguished achievement of having scored 100 in each innings on his debut in Ranji Trophy, which I think is unparalleled as far as I know. So we felt that Murray would be the right speaker, and he's kindly agreed. I think like normal meetings that we have these days, the format will be Murray will speak, introduce the subject, give his thoughts, and then we would field, or he would field questions from the audience. Having said that, may I request Murray to take over the evening.
Mother and friends, or other cricket lovers, cricket loving friends. Yes, the subject is appropriate for the occasion that we are having. Opening batting and Vijay Merchant are synonymous as far as Indian cricket is concerned. Now, on the lighter side of it, I'm just trying to visualize Vijay Merchant watching a match where Virendra Sehwag is in full. I mean, he would be shocked. He would be shocked. See, cricket in the earliest days, rather before the limited over came in, limited over cricket came in, was a different ballgame. As youngsters, I mean, we didn't have many coaching opportunities, but whosoever was the college coach or whatever coaching or taking guidance from a senior cricketer, that was the main source of coaching information that we could gather. We were taught how to leave the balls. Don't play outside the off stick. Know where your off stick is, And those principles still hold good. Today, the test matches are producing results because the technique has changed. Not because of bright cricket or anything. But today you see people chasing a ball over there. Today, one Australian bowler, I don't remember his name, chasing a ball which was about on the 5th or the 6th stick going out, and he got there. Now, if in our time we got out to those type of shots, we would be told, Baba, maaf karo, you go. You are not opening batsman, or you are not a good player. You can't chase such balls. But chasing such balls has become a part of the game now. Chasing such balls has become a part of the game. The main duty of an opening batsman, even now, is to give his team a good start, whether it is a one-day game, whether it is a 2020, or whether it's a test match. Fortunately, in a test match, you want to give a good start and keep your wickets intact. In one day as a 2020, you have to give a good start without losing wickets, which is a little bit. And that is why we see players playing the way they are playing. Now, coming back to Virendra Sehwag. Now, I'll ask you one question, or rather you can ask me that later on. But take the likes of Virendra Sehwag, Sachin Tendulkar, Ricky Ponting, And do you really find a difference when you play in a one-day and a test match? I don't find much. See, when you're playing a limited version, you have to be a little bit different. Improvisation, adaptation are the key when you play one day as in 2020s. You have to look at the situation. For example, Sachin in the World Cup final, when we lost to Australia, when they scored over 350 plus. The ball that he got out to McGrath, he would never play that shot. Even in a one day, he will not play. But that is his technique. When we talk about Virendra Sehwag, it is hand and eye coordination. Legs coordinate themselves, how everybody is guessing. But that is his natural gift. And he is successful. How he does it, if you ask him to tell you to explain you, I am sure he will not be able to explain what he is doing. But his hand and eye coordination is so good that with very limited footwork, he is able to obtain the results. Now, that is something which is natural. And for that, the credit goes to his earlier coaches or the later coaches or whoever was after him or encouraging to not limit him to anything. That is the first duty of a coach. Never to stop a natural, even Vishwanath, according to me, when he started playing cricket, good class. People thought that his backups will get him. People will get him. But he scored most of his runs with that shot because he mastered it. So, the technique is something which goes from man to man and cricket. The basics are always there. Sometimes, I'm really shocked when the man of the match is asked, oh, he scored. Oh, he scored. Good. Okay. So, what was I saying? Anyway, if I get it.
Open the batting again.
So, coming to think of it, the technique is more or less the same. The employment by the cricketers has changed. The rules also have changed. See, which the equipment has changed. Like everything that is improving in this world, cricket is also improving as well. I mean, whether we like one day and limited cricket or not is another thing. When we talk about one day cricket, this is not cricket. I don't think so. It is something which is very entertaining. It is something which has kept the game alive. Like cricket might have died, wouldn't have existed had 50 overs not come. Thanks to Mr. Packer. So, again coming to the basics. See, you are taught certain basics and we try to follow them. And generation to generation, these things keep on changing. And that is how the game changes. If you ask today the players who say, "Hey, leave the ball outside the off state," they say, "Yeah, it is right, but they'll take it with a pinch of salt." The idea is, according to me, and a very important factor in the success and the failure of a player is his adaptation of a situation and knowing his own game. Knowing his own. Now, if I can't hook a short ball, whether it is a 20 over game, 50 over game, or a test match, I should not attempt it till I have mastered that shot, till I have perfected the technique to counter that. But no, it is not happening today. I don't want to name anybody, but you will have the people before you. They can't play a short ball, and yet they keep in a 20 over game. I mean, a simple logic I am giving you. In a 20 over game, you can bowl 20 short balls, I mean 20 bounces. You can't bowl more because you are allowed only one. Now, as a batsman, if I am going at 4, 5, 6 or something or whatever it is, I will receive 4, 5, 6 of them at the most. Now, why should I not leave them alone? It is simple common sense. But in trying to attempt to hit it, you get out. And time and over again. Even Gautam Gambhir, before he really settled down as a really good opening batsman, he used to hook when the ball was young. He would hook like this and get out. He doesn't play a hook shot in test cricket now. He gets out like this again. Here we get off line leg in a shorter version of the game because he wants to, sort of, again, the situation demands or whatever. So, the idea is that you have to adapt yourself to your limitations. Whatever the version. See, if I am selected in a 2020 game, and people who have selected me know what I can do and what my limitations are. And I should play within those limitations. Certain times, as I gave the Sachin example, you can't just do it. You have to go out and throw all your technique and everything into the sea and just do what you have to do. That much somehow or the other. And you may succeed, you may fail. That's a different topic. I was coming to that. Yeah, I remember it. When man of the match I was talking about. Man of the match and a bowler. Can you tell me the reasons why you succeeded today? And the reply that the man gives is shocking. Today I concentrated on length and direction. Bloody hell, what were you doing all your life? I mean, if this is the thinking, then God help us. Well, line and direction is the basic of any bowler, and if you are doing it today, what were you doing all this time? And I am surprised that the person concerned is not asking him this question. I mean, even batsmen certain times, I concentrated today. I wanted to get runs. I said, you didn't want to get runs earlier? Yeah, this is the state of mind. You have to have a very strong state of mind. Short bowling, see, our times were different, today's times are different with the front foot rule and etc. But as I said, you have to adapt yourself. One thing which strikes me today, and I've been thinking over it over and over again as to why this is not happening. See, in the limited version of the game, I think the best for scoring shot would be a straight drive. Because as an opener, the limitation is there, fielder outside of it, circle are limited, etc. And once you play a straight drive, it passes the bowler, it is 4 runs. I know that when you see the bowling area that they show on the television, they are all short. But supposing we were to practice with a bowling machine, short all the time, wouldn't that be something? And a slightly lofted shot over the bowler, you know. Wouldn't that be the best shot that the opening batsman can do? I mean, it is easier said than done, but this is always struck me as one thing which is not happening. You know. Of course, cutting and all things, and with the fielder there, okay, fair enough. But this is one thing I think which the opening player should develop. Trying to play real, I mean, as a matter of fact, the first principle of batting says play in the wind. But to make shot and get through to the bowler or the mid-off and the mid-on is something which requires a lot of ability and practice. I think, but with the bowling machines, I am sure this shot can be perfect. This shot can be improved if not perfect. And I mean, it's something that I think, what others think. Coming to the present version of the game and the technique, I am amazed at the standard of fielding. They are out of this world. Even our Indian fielding is out of this world compared to our times. But that is good for them. Today, you have got facilities, physios, everybody there. You know. And now, again coming to the injury part. Nothing to do with what happens. Injuries happen. You can't help it. But do they happen because you are not taking care of yourself? That is the main question. Now, I personally feel that is the case as far as we are concerned. I don't know what the other countries. We reach a certain level of cricket. As a matter of fact, I'll be very blunt. One of the factors why Gary Kirsten is like this because he just doesn't bother about many things that many people don't want to do. Again, I'll give you a very concrete example. After which we lost. And Gary came and made a statement that 4 of our players were unfit. What were you doing? A person doesn't get unfit over. Take the case of Yuvraj. How much weight has he put on? Has he put on in 15 days' time? And why has he put on? Because he's not doing things like which he used to do. Look at his movements in the field, even while batting, everything. He's a great batsman, there is no doubt about it. But he has not taken care of himself. Now, why should the coaches and the physiotherapists, what were the physiotherapists and the trainers doing when he was putting on weight? Has anybody questioned when they said that these 4 people are unfit and did not deserve to be in the team? Has anybody asked them how did they get into this position? And what were you doing at that time? So these are important. Bowling wise, I think in very short time we will see the end of genuine fast bowlers. Because with the shorter version of the game getting more and more popular, nobody is going to come and bowl fast because of obvious reasons. And according to me, the bowling standard of today is much lower than of yesterday. Much lower. I mean, they are all genuine medium fast bowlers. Nothing, not a step further. How many fast bowlers do we have? Name one. Name one. Fast bowler. Genuine fast bowler. Nobody is that good. You see. And this will keep on dropping. Everybody will start concentrating on length and action. And this is what is going to happen. So that is what will be required for the type of cricket that is played. I remember I tell you one thing. I got 100 in each innings. Do you know that I would have got 100 in my last 100 in each innings in my last 100? I got out in the second innings at 95. And to whom, Jane? G. Kishan. First and the last game, I got 100 in the second inning. 95 goals with 3 goals, you know. And so there was an incident in my life. Vajittar was my coach. I will never forget that incident. You won't remember who Jagdish Sheikh was. Nobody will remember him. But he was old at the time. He was a very good player. And we were playing a match at Pune. Everything was going well. We were in a leading position at 6. Jagdish was batting with about 70 or 75. Got out to a back catch to Nosh Nagarwal. And he had scored 70 runs. So yeah, and those who knew Jagdish knew, and he would put his collar up and and wah and all that. In the night, Mr. Vajittar, all the team, we lost the match, and that was the end of it. And Mr. Vajittar singing us. We lost today's match. How can you lose it? And you, he's pointing to Jagdish, and you, like a stupid fool, get out to that stupid ball playing an idiotic shot. What? He tossed the ball on to you, and still you are just going forward. Why did you not step up and take it on the half? Or you are the first toss? This to the baller ऊपर करते तो he was just like that. And Master Vajendra always used to tell us, which I have always told wherever I had the opportunity to speak to youngsters, that deliberate on your performance when you do well. Think of the game you played and note down the factors why you succeed. Because that is the time you know what you have done well and what is that you are not. What is the type of bowler who troubled you? Why did it trouble you? What was the type of shots that you could play well today and which you normally don't? And this is because you have played an innings. You have time to think about it. If you get up for 10, 15 minutes, there is nothing that you have done. Same thing to the bowlers. What was the type of length? What was the type of wicket? What was the movement that you were getting? Etc. Now, if today's coaches, Master Vajendra used to sit, say, that distance, and I bar no distance, Jara Pasai. And you fully padded and everything, and to throw the new ball from there. And we had to only play the ball which was on the way. It was such a boring thing, I tell you. And if you played a little outside it became Amadhraja. You know? I mean, that is the type of discipline that you have to inculcate. Today, if you tell boys to do that, this bloody fellow is mad, yeah. You know? Now, as I said, that was the technique in those days. Today, this technique just does not exist. You see a ball down there, I mean, let's go, this thing. As Madhav was talking the other day, Vinu Mankar, who was coaching them, used to tell that go and stand behind the nets and watch Vijay Bhai bat. See how he is leaving the ball, not how he is playing. Now, leaving the ball in those days was a very important thing, and chasing a ball and getting out was the worst crime that you could commit in these days. Short balls, hooking, pulling, I mean, these are the parameters. As far as I am concerned, no technique has changed. Only attacking form of cricket has come in, which has changed the technique or the worst or whatever you may say. It is the attacking form of cricket which is being played, which has changed the technique. And that is entertainment, that is keeping the crowds coming in, that is producing the results in the test match. The last two test match, tomorrow's test match is going to be interesting. Can you imagine three things happening in one delivery? LBW appeal and the bowler at the fielder throws the ball, he misses by a whisker, it is an overthrow and we get 4 runs, and then you win a test match. Things like that happen. You know? But in earlier days, no, everybody had to stay at the wicket. Staying at the wicket was a quality, which no longer has any value. But as I said, do you find really any change in Sachin's technique when he bats in a one-day 2020? No. Running between the wickets, etc. These are okay. You have to improvise certain shots, certain times. You have to really go all out. Fair enough. But, I mean, in earlier days, I remember I was sitting with Sachin and I told him one thing which I'll tell you, they had felicitated the captains at Calcutta. And I was sitting with I told Sachin one, Sachin, do you know your aim in one-day cricket should be to bat throughout the 50 overs. Why? I told him, no. You take out the figures of the rest of the team. Your slowest rate of scoring in one day is faster than the rest of the team. Then why should you go for runs? You stay there. This is what I but how much he took out of it or not, I don't know. But see, this is the type of thinking that goes in my mind. You know, rest of the team is scoring at this rate in 1 day. Your rate of scoring is so much. So you have to be there. Why do you have to throw your wicket away in trying to chase the runs? The team will benefit in the end. I'm sure many more questions will come. So, and I have spoken enough, I think. So, I will, because I like interacting more than speaking. So, if any questions are there, please welcome. Thank you very much.
How would you rate as an opener, Amogh Mathur's innings?
See, in the first place, any innings of this type is a good innings. He played that. But see how many times he has failed. And whether it is a now forerunner of many more to come or whether there was a flash in the pen, we have to see. Murli Vijay, I think, is very lucky to get the chances that he has got. He has been an see, again, there are two left. There is a very thin line between first class cricket and test cricket. Every good first class cricketer is not a good test. You may score thousands and thousands of runs in Ranji Trophy and Gillies Trophy and whatever the other games are. But when it comes to test cricket, again, the difference is only adaptation to the situation which you are going to face. Murli Vijay has played brilliantly. He played brilliantly. We know he plays well in IPL and other tournaments. He scores huge number of runs. But when it comes to scoring for India, he has not done. This is the first time that he has really, really got runs. And I hope it continues. I hope so. That's right.
Any more questions? Anybody?
Anyway, even after wearing helmet and everything, they are getting injured.
Injured? nahi. You see, this is a very important thing.
When we used to play, we never used to have injuries with bouncers and everything.
Unlimited bouncers, no proper gloves, anything, and nothing was proper in the. But you see, the helmet. Do you know the advantage of a helmet? You will say you can get one. That is the first thing. But the biggest advantage of the helmet is that because you are not worried about the injury, your concentration on the ball is 100%. When you are not wearing a helmet, it is, and when you are really playing quick bowlers,
You mean getting behind the ball?
getting there, yes. And today, how many times do you see a short ball and a very tongue and it goes for 4 runs? We could not afford to do that.
Did you try that?
Oh, gee?
Did you try that?
No, I didn't try it. I got in it. So, it's a today. I mean, I'm all for helmets because why not? If protection is there, why not? But again, if you just remove the helmet today from the head of the player, I don't know what they would be. But because they're now today a child also will wear a helmet and so you can't. But this is the innovation. That is where the game is changing. You can't help it. It is good.
Mary, following on this question, could it be, because I think I asked a question that in the old days when there was no protective gear, people did not get hurt or did not get balls hit on the helmet. Could it be because you were conscious that you are liable to get hurt?
Yes.
You were more alert. Now the batsman is probably more complacent that if hits me, it's not going to hurt.
Oh, I have seen Sachin hit on the head at least 6 or 8 times so badly on the head that I mean the current passed through my body when I saw it. But as he rightly says, you see, our concentration was not only on defending the ball but also defending ourselves.
Or avoiding the hit.
Whatever you may say. And in those days, there was no front foot rule, back foot rule. So either आगे bowling करते थे वो लोग. So further up you come and more the further up the bouncer is pitched, the angle is stiffer. In earlier days, when a fast bowler bowled the short ball, I am not talking about a bouncer, it would come here. Today it is coming here. You see? Because he was coming that time inside and bowling. But all this we have to take in our standard. This is it's a very important innovation which has really helped batting.
One more question, Naren. You talked about Sehwag and hand-eye coordination. If you go back to our time, Pushta, I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
And in fact, I noted Pushta. And yeah, the kind of power which Sehwag seems to get in the ball, could it be due to the equipment, the bigger bats?
Nothing else. See, I think now, from 1st of October, I think there has been a rule on MCC ruling that only this type of bats will be used.
Weight of the bat.
No. તમે બોલેલા ને માગેલા
Mongoose.
હા
A mongoose.
નહીં mongoose નહીં. The bats will be marked and examined by the umpires. એટલે હા પેલો અંદાજ લોકો પેલું શું મુકતે હતા ગ્રાફાઇટ બધું મુકતે હતા ને તો bats will be marked. This does not have this does not, and certain type of bats only you can use.
So even bats cannot be doped.
Yes, so that is the thing that has started from 1st of October. Along with this new rule which was very perplexing to everybody, comes and asks me, hey, what is this? Umpiring is very partial. He was out, he gave him out and then he gave him not out. He says it is a no ball. But that is a new rule. That umpire, if he, after giving a decision, realizes, that has come from 1st of October. He realizes that probably that ball was a no ball. Then he can refer and recheck and then he will revise it. So, some new rules are coming again.
It's nothing to do with spot fixing.
Nothing
Nothing to do with spot fixing. Anybody else? Yeah, please.
So do you think that too much of 2020 cricket is going to kill Test cricket?
Too much of?
Too much of 2020 cricket is going to kill Test cricket?
See, Test cricket or not cricket, I don't know. See, one thing I know, that as Bradman is remembered for the runs that he has scored, Sachin will always be, in future, the highest run getter in Test cricket. Because so many Test matches will not be played. Not that other people will not be good enough or bad enough, but actually Test match થશે જ નહીં આવે કે તમે આટલા રન કરી શકો, and he is still going strong. So
In today's, every team has a physiotherapist, a fitness trainer. If you go through the record of the recent cricketers, most of them are having injuries. In the good old days, a test player played for 50 tests, 100 tests without getting injured. Is there any fault or overtraining which is done to keep them fit?
it is either overtraining or undertraining. It can be, but in our time, try and imagine that we were playing 5 Test matches in a year.
Sir, I'm not talking about the playing. I'm talking about the fitness methods of training.
That's what I'm saying. See, to play 5 Test matches and then the amount of cricket that they play, IPL and CPL and BPL and Test cricket and this cricket and that cricket and the other. There's so much of cricket the body requires rest. Sometimes the breaking point comes. Sometimes now this is where again the point is where this is where an individual comes into If I feel that today I am not right and I should not play, I must say I am not fit, but nobody is doing that because they are not ready to lose their place in the side.
That is number one.
So that is
Number one is the money, sir.
boss, that is the factor. That is the factor. But they don't think about the future. If this injury prolongs, then what?
The recent case of V.V.S. Lakshman, he played a very good knock tournament. But he was injured from the very first day afternoon. Maybe a spine problem or whatever it is, that problem. Why it is? He has not played that much number of one day also, not even 2020 or any other match.
That will be due to
Either he must not have got a proper training or no treatment.
exactly under training or over training, as I mentioned. First day, but because he is not a regular at this juncture, समझो क्या नहीं? એટલે I mean, this is all on the individual. How you take care of yourself. But in today's business, I mean, the board has clearly issued the instruction. Okay, we are not forcing anybody to play anything. If you feel that this is too much for you, please come and tell us, and we'll see to it that you don't play. But if you want to play and then get injured, then how can anybody help you?
But sir, the trainer, your body can bear a certain amount of training. His cannot. That means they are not worried about the individual person. They are training in a line.
No, I don't think it is like that. And because I have interacted with them, I mean, they know. You see, it is like this. They take your tests on a scale of 1 to 10. They mark it, you can do this, you can do, and then they plan out a program for you. Okay, you are like this, your next target is this. If I am here and he is here, he will not tell him, okay, you have to be here. He will say, alright, you have to go like this. So, but that is required. That is required. I am not as fit as I should be. Then I am given a program so that I can improve my fitness gradually. And that is bound to be now. Otherwise, how will you improve?
Mr. Contractor,
Okay.
I want to ask just 2 points. What you the commentator asking the man of the match. Today's commentators also are asking such questions. So I don't blame the player for answering such.
But why? I mean, yes, why ask?
Complete.
Okay.
Imagine Pearson Surita asking this sort of question to the player. No, he would not have. Because he would have asked the appropriate. And number 2, would Seva have played Roy Gilchrist even with the helmet, the way he is hitting? Roy Gilchrist, mind you. The quality of fast bowlers is going down.
No, it is not that I said. But see, again, comparing one generation with another is a misnomer. I don't agree there.
So we are thinking Sehwag is doing this, but he is not playing the quality of fast bowling. Roy
See,
Gilchrist bowling.
one minute.
That is his good
I
luck.
agree. But tell me one thing, is that...
That is his good luck.
No, tell me one thing, is that Sehwag's fault if there are no fast bowlers on the market? He is doing what he has to do.
Yeah, obviously.
Taken into consideration.
You can't blame
Yeah,
him.
to
You
my
can't blame
side,
him.
that is why you don't compare one generation with the other. That is why you don't compare. And your first question, as a commentator, if I ask, okay, why did you get the wickets today? Then I don't have to say I am concentrating on that. I can say so many things. Today I was able to move the ball this way. Today the wicket was helping me in doing such and such a thing. Or certain wickets that I got were gifted to me. You know, that is the analysis that you have to do. I may ask you any question,
The
but
sad part of it is today's commentators will never learn what Pearson Surita has forgotten. That's what happened. Very poor.
I think one of the contributing factors could be in Pearson Surita's time there was no television.
Okay, no, but so he's very scene. No, after that, 1 minute. What about Chishti Mujahid? If anybody had heard Chishti Mujahid, I think nobody, not even the Australian commentator could come near him. How much to speak, where to speak.
Then of course,
He was
to you was the best opener as part of your team or your opponent, and why?
See, there were many greats in my time. I mean,
Only one. Okay. The best according to you.
You are talking about my playing days exactly or my generation?
No, you are playing this so that you could have seen them perform.
Then the Sir Len Hutton, Arthur Morris, you know.
And what was great about that person?
Technique. I mean, what I said about Vijay Vachit, the same thing would happen to Len Hutton if he saw Sehwag. He threw you know. They were so technically correct, you know. If you come to my time, Anit Mohammed. Our time was much before. Ajit.
Why is it helpful wicket to swing the ball? Bowlers are not able to swing the ball. Earlier, say for example, Allen Davidson could swing ball anywhere, any wicket. Why require helpful wicket to swing the ball? One thing. Why spinners require helpful wicket to take wicket? They cannot flight and take wicket.
I mean, no, I don't agree there. I mean, the swinging of the ball is there, the spinning of
The loss is there.
See,
Ball, you are supposed to swing the ball.
see, try and understand one thing. No bowler in the world, whether be a spinner or a fast bowler, will be able to do what he likes. He will only try to do it. If I am an outswing bowler, I try to bowl out swinger and succeed in bowling a few. If I am a off spinner, all the balls, certain balls will go straight, certain balls, though I am trying to spin, they'll go away. You know. So, that sort of control is not in the bowler's hand. The atmospheric conditions, the pitch conditions also help in doing that. But to say that today the players are not doing is not right.
You know, they are almost trying to hit the ball instead of releasing the ball. Swing is almost absent.
They do. They, I mean, movement of the ball and everything is still there. The spin is there. I mean, yeah. I mean, today the helpful because Oza was bowling brilliantly. Even our Harbhajan bowled well. A certain type of help is required at a certain stage. The bowlers do require help.
The certain stages of India will totally depend on that only.
I don't think that is. But that is the way the cricket has been played all over the world.
Another point I want to know, the treatment which Mr. Yuvraj got in after he was unfit in Sri Lanka and he lost his place. Yuvraj. What happened to Gambhir? Now this Modi Vijay has scored. The point is,
This is exactly what I am trying to tell you. People don't want to sit down in a game, even though they are unfit, because they feel that if somebody comes and does something, my place is gone. You see?
May I respond to this? And this is actually what has happened. Bombay Ranji Trophy match. Sudhakar Adhikari was getting married on that day. Arvind was my brother. He was a contender for the opening position. Sudhakar would not take that match on. Only for the fear that if he does not play and Arvind gets run, his position would be lost. So he got married in the evening.
But I'll give you my example. Today, I mean, not many know it, but I owe my entire life of cricket to Mr. Firoz Khambar. I mean, I'm digressing, but it is an interesting
Ex-captain of Gujarat.
He was the captain of Gujarat in my first Ranji Trophy. See, these boys were going to go to West Indies in 1952-53. And they had played 3 or 4 trial matches, if you remember, Madhav. Bombay B, University versus Bombay B, 4 मैचों रमेला. and to select, because in those days there were 13 test cricketers in Bombay. So all of them, when they go away, who will play for Bombay? So, and Pakistan was coming in 52. So they wanted boys from this trial matches to play against Pakistan, so that they can sort of form some nucleus to play when this boys go. And I had done well in those 4 matches, and Firoz Kambata was watching the matches. So he called me. Hey, do you know that you are born in Gujarat? Of course I know. So he said, Gujarat wali kai nahi na. So these are my exact words. And if you want me to speak his words, the lady must put the fingers in her ear. He said, "Atka boda uncle Gandhi to chance to marse na." When the team came out, I was not selected to play against Pakistan. Right? On that day, there was a match against Wilson College, and I got 150 or some odd runs. And in the evening, I sent a telegram to Gujarat Cricket, available if selected. Atush Khali, available if selected, as per discussion with Mr. Firoz Kambata. Next day, when I am reading the scores of the intercollegiate, I read Gujarat team to play Baroda selection. Naturally, my name will not be there. I have sent a telegram in the evening. To my surprise, a telegram came the next day. Report to Baroda. Okay, no, just why I say you just please remember this. I am greatly indebted to this. He has never openly said it, but I have told him that. So the team was selected. So I went to Baroda, and on a matting wicket, my trial was taken against Niyal Chand and Jasur Patel, who were the terrorists in those days. And I batted very well. They knew that Bombay players can't play on matting. That was the general impression. They were very impressed with me and they wanted me to play. Now the team was given in a sealed envelope, which was to be opened on the day of the match. Firoz Kambata reported sick. He, as a captain, reported sick. In his place, I was sick. And I got those 200. So, Khuda Mehruban to You see? So, that's the way it is. Of course, taking opportunities and with God's grace, it happens. So, but I told him, uncle, thank you very much. So, get tuja, you know, that sort of thing.
Did he get his place back?
No, he never played after that. Deepak became the captain and he retired.
In fact, my first in Ranji Trophy, captain Gujarat. They lost. Gujarat lost.
You see, that was the last match. After that, Deepak became the captain, Deepak Shodhar, and he retired. So, I mean, these are the things which happen.
But I think,
Okay, then.
Sir, one more.
Okay.
Without coaches, how was the situation 1 hour before the matches?
As tense as it will be today, I think. I mean, look,
Like we are facing West Indies, we are facing England.
I mean, see,
What was the
again, to
situation?
try and remember one thing, that when you play for a team like India, or even for a state, see, you are playing for your personal reputation also. So, coach, you are worked up to do well. You understand? I mean, if you don't have that spirit of working yourself up, I don't think you deserve to be in the team. You have to get worked up a little to put in your best. Think about it, this, that, and all that.
How these 3 people used to work around with the juniors.
No, coaches, though, I don't think come in the picture at all after a certain stage. You know, I mean, in the team meetings again in the evening and all that, there is a different part of the whole thing. But just for the game, I don't know. I mean,
I think if I had to respond to this, in those days, real coaching was at the end of the nets when you sat almost at the feet of your senior players and listened to them, talk to them, get inputs from them. I think that was your real coaching. I think once you reach a certain stage, at least in my eyes, there cannot be a great deal of technical coaching. Because unless you had sound technique, you would not be there. It can be only
marginal input. But real learning process was really at the feet of, at the end of the nets. For example, in my case, Dulit Singh would be there, Amogh Mathure would be there, Vijay Bhatt would be there. They would be joining, and you just, as youngsters, you either ask questions or listen to what they have to say. You never spoke, unless you have spoken. That was it. But that was great training. It was their experience that they narrated. Okay? Sir, please.
So, what we get has seen so many great openers like Amogh, Mathure, Random Space, Sunil Gavaskar, Jeffrey Python, Roy Fredericks, Gordon Greenwich, Blake Turnham, and now openers like Sehwag and Adam Gilchrist. So, do you feel that in modern cricket, in the future, over-aggressive cricketers like Chris Gale and Sehwag and Adam Gilchrist will be preferred in test matches as partner to technically sound?
You see, the Sehwags and Adam Gilchrist are not going to come very often. And if they come in, they'll be. See, I'll be very honest with you. When I saw Sehwag bat the first time, and he got runs, I said, my God, but he kicked out a touch. I mean, I'm honest, being honest with you. My opinion about Sehwag was that. But I have completely changed that over because I know that he has his own way.
I think if I have to give an analogy, what his thought was that this man is running at the speed of 100 meters a marathon race. So he's not going to succeed, he's going to fall
On the way.
At the end of the day, run counts. Finally.
Ajit?
At the end of the day, run counts.
Yes. Ajit?
As for the demand of the time, whether such opening
But
batsmen.
if they come in, they will get it. If they come in, if there is if today,
I want to ask you whether they will be preferred in the.
but if today you get another Sehwag, I am asking you a question. Today we have developed another Sehwag. Will he not play? He will play.
Sehwag has got 300s.
Well, age of the I am saying that if you can develop cricketers of that strength and that ability, then you will have to play them.
Nobody in the world has actually used
I think to respond to your question, if I have to, there are three different formats of the game. One is distinctly different than test cricket, and the other is able to go. If I have to give a musical comparison, test cricket is like going to a bicycle. 3 hours, 4 hours, while the other one is pop music. Rock and roll.
T20 rock and roll. So T20 is rock and roll.
Yeah. So as a result of this, test match, I believe test match will, on the test cricket, will survive.
See,
Now we are going to need people.
See, now they are going to have the World Championship of Test cricket. Things like that will keep the interest in Test cricket alive. It will never be as much. See, now you are playing 2 Test matches and 5 one-days. Earlier it was 5 Test matches and 3 one-days. So the things are changing. But they will find ways to maintain Test cricket. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All of you being thirsty and hungry. So, Nari, thank you for being with us. I think good paper today. Opening batting then, and opening batting now. I think like in any form of cricket, it is really the attitude of the batsman, the approach and mental makeup. Just on a different note altogether, between Sunil Gavaskar and Sachin Tendulkar, technique is almost the same, but one's mindset was more defensive, the other was more aggressive. And this is what will probably determine which form of cricket that is going to happen. Nani, thank you very much for your input. The game of cricket will continue, sir. Thanks to the
What Sir Naribai said, opening batsman is challenge.